You don't rebuild your mind by running from pain. You rebuild it by walking straight into the fire you've avoided your entire life, and finally seeing that the flames were your teacher, not your enemy. You already know life won't hand you peace. You earn it. You carve it out. You bleed for it. The modern world feeds you noise, distraction, and numbness, and then wonders why you feel lost. Today you return to the old ways, the Stoic ways, the laws that forged unbreakable men long before comfort made everyone soft. Before we begin, like this video and comment the phrase, "I return to myself." Now breathe. Step into the deep. Let the rebuilding begin. Law 1, the law of radical self-confrontation. You can't rebuild a mind you refuse to look at. Most people fear themselves more than they fear failure. Their own thoughts haunt them. Their own desires shame them. Their own wounds define them. So they distract themselves with screens, noise, people, chaos, anything that keeps them from hearing the truth inside. But you feel it. The quiet weight under your ribs. The question you've ignored for years. Who am I without the lies I tell myself? This is where Stoicism cuts deep. Marcus Aurelius said, "You must build your life action by action, and be content if each action is in accordance with nature." Nature means truth. Nature means honesty. Nature means stripping away the excuses you've built to survive. Modern society rewards avoidance. It celebrates denial. Stay positive, don't think too much, move on. But moving on without confronting the wound is just carrying the rot into the next chapter. Radical self-confrontation means facing the parts of you that disgust you. The envy, the weakness, the laziness, the self-betrayal, the versions of yourself you pretend never existed. You cannot fix what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot grow where you refuse to look. Here's the exercise. Tonight, sit alone, no phone, no background noise. Open a blank page. Ask yourself one question: what truth about myself have I avoided acknowledging? Then write. Don't defend yourself. Don't justify. Don't negotiate. Let the truth bleed. Because when you finally stop lying to yourself, life becomes clear. You become clear. Affirmation: I face myself fully. Law 2, the law of controlled pain. Stoics never sought comfort, they trained for discomfort. Seneca slept on the floor to remind himself that luxury was not guaranteed. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, lost everything in a shipwreck and said that disaster was his greatest blessing because it forced him to rebuild the right way. Pain is not the enemy, pain is the architect. But modern life has turned you allergic to it. One moment of boredom sends you to your phone. One moment of anxiety pushes you to escape. One moment of uncertainty makes you doubt your worth. You've been conditioned to avoid anything that doesn't feel instantly good. But hear this clearly. Any man who avoids pain avoids transformation. Most people never rebuild their mind because they refuse to sit with discomfort long enough to learn from it. They want growth without sacrifice, healing without grief, strength without struggle. That is not how unbreakable people are formed. Controlled pain is the practice of choosing difficulty before difficulty chooses you. It means lifting when you don't want to, saying no when it burns, sitting with your emotions without running, allowing yourself to feel the sting of discipline, the ache of change, the cold truth that the easy path is destroying you. Here's the exercise. Choose one discomfort every day. Cold showers, waking early, 1 hour without your phone, a workout when your mind resists. Do something that reminds you that pain is a teacher, not a threat. Because the moment you stop fearing pain, you stop being controlled by it. You rise above it. You become the man who bends suffering into strength. Affirmation: I choose the hard path. Law 3, the law of presence over distraction. Your mind is not broken. It's overstimulated, overfed, overloaded. You don't struggle with focus because you're weak. You struggle because the world is engineered to fracture your attention into 1,000 pieces. Dopamine on tap, noise on demand, endless scrolls, endless notifications, endless comparisons. And in the middle of all this chaos, your soul whispers for silence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter place than within his own soul." But modern life tries to bury that place with digital dust. You wake up and your mind is grabbed before you even open your eyes. You belong to the feed, to the messages, to the noise. Presence is the new rebellion. To rebuild your mind, you must reclaim your attention from the world that profits off your distraction. Because when you are distracted, you are disconnected from your purpose, your thoughts, your emotions, your identity. Distraction is not harmless. It is the slow death of the inner self. Presence, on the other hand, sharpens you. It makes you see what others miss. It makes you feel what others numb. It makes you aware of the life happening right now, this breath, this step, this moment. Here's the exercise. The next time you walk outside, leave your phone behind. Focus on your breath. Count your steps. Listen to the sound around you. Feel your body exist. Reclaim your senses from the digital world. Do this daily. Because presence is power. Presence is clarity. Presence is who you were meant to be before the world hijacked your attention. Affirmation. I return to the present. Law 4. The law of emotional ownership. Your emotions are not villains, they are signals. But modern life taught you to silence them, hide them, deny them, or drown them under distraction. You were conditioned to believe that feeling deeply makes you weak. So you swallowed your grief, buried your anger, numbed your sadness, and pretended everything was fine until the weight of pretending became heavier than the emotions themselves. Stoicism was never about not feeling. It was about not being ruled by what you feel. Epictetus said, "You are not your emotions. You are the one who interprets them." But here is the painful truth. Most people never rebuild their minds because they outsource their emotional responsibility. They blame their past. They blame their family. They blame circumstances. They blame everyone except themselves. And every time you blame, you hand your power away. Emotional ownership is the brutal act of saying, "These emotions are mine. They rise in me. They are shaped by my beliefs, my perspectives, my interpretations. And because they are mine, I can change them." There is no freedom without this law. When you stop blaming the world, you stop being controlled by it. When you stop demanding external solutions, you start creating internal ones. Here's the exercise. Whenever you feel triggered, ask yourself, what story am I telling myself that makes me feel this way? Because emotions don't appear from thin air, they rise from meaning. Change the meaning and the emotion transforms. This is how you reclaim your strength. This is how you rebuild your mind from the inside out. Affirmation. I own what I feel. Law 5. The law of discipline as self-respect. Discipline is not punishment, it is proof. Proof that you still honor yourself. Proof that you still choose a higher version of you, even when the lower version screams. In the ancient world, discipline forged warriors. Today it's rare, because everyone wants results without resistance. People want confidence without consistency, strength without sacrifice, clarity without commitment. But hear this clearly. Every time you choose the easy path, you reinforce the belief that you are not strong enough for the hard one. And every time you choose discipline, even for a moment, you rewrite your identity. Stoics believed discipline was the highest form of love, not for the world, but for the self. Marcus Aurelius trained his mind daily, not because he felt like it, but because he owed it to himself. Modern life makes you believe discipline is exhausting. But what's more exhausting is living in the prison of your own inconsistency. Discipline doesn't drain you. Inconsistency drains you. Guilt drains you. Self-betrayal drains you. Discipline is the antidote. Here's the exercise. Pick one small discipline and honor it for 7 days straight. Wake up at a set time. Read 10 pages. Stretch for 5 minutes. Journal one thought. Small acts create massive identity shifts. Because discipline is not about perfection. It's about proving to yourself that you can trust your own word again. Affirmation. I honor my commitments. Law 6. The law of purpose through struggle. You were not designed for comfort. You were designed for meaning. And meaning is carved from challenge. Zeno didn't find stoicism in comfort. He found it in catastrophe. He lost everything in a shipwreck. Everything. His wealth, his plans, his future. But that disaster forced him into philosophy, and philosophy forged him into a legend. Meaning is born from the moments you think will break you. But modern society worships ease. It sells you comfort as the highest good. It teaches you to avoid struggle, avoid conflict, avoid responsibility. But a life without struggle becomes a life without direction. If nothing challenges you, nothing changes you. And if nothing changes you, you remain stuck in the same identity, the same cycles, the same emotional loops. Your purpose is not hiding. It is waiting for you in the struggle you keep running from. Stop asking, what is my purpose? Start asking, what pain am I willing to endure for something meaningful? Because purpose is never found in pleasure. It is found in the sacrifice you choose to make. Here's the exercise. Identify one area of your life where you keep avoiding difficulty: your fitness, your work, your relationships, your boundaries. Then enter the struggle intentionally. Show up daily. Allow the hardship to shape you, because purpose isn't discovered, it's forged. Affirmation: I rise through struggle. Law 7, the law of the inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius described the inner citadel, a fortress within the mind that no one and nothing can breach. Not loss, not judgment, not chaos, not the cruelty of the world. But here's the brutal truth. You've spent years building walls outside of you while neglecting the fortress inside. You've tried to control people, outcomes, and situations you never had power over. And the more external control you chase, the weaker your inner world becomes. The inner citadel is built through boundaries, clarity, solitude, and self-respect. It grows every time you refuse to trade your peace for someone else's approval. It strengthens every time you say no to what drains you. It expands every time you return to yourself instead of chasing validation. You cannot be unbreakable until your foundation is internal. You cannot be free until your peace is self-generated. You cannot be strong until your worth comes from within. Here's the exercise. Spend 10 minutes daily in silence. No input, no stimulation, no escape. Let your mind settle. Let the noise fade. Let the fortress rebuild itself through stillness. Because the man who owns his inner world cannot be conquered by the outer one. Affirmation: I fortify my inner citadel. This is the path. Not the easy one, not the comfortable one, the necessary one. Rebuilding your mind is not an event. It is a daily awakening, a daily reclaiming, a daily rebellion against the weaker versions of you that once survived but can no longer lead. Remember your mortality. Remember your power. Remember that nothing outside you has authority over your inner world unless you surrender it. Walk forward now, not as who you were, but as who you choose to become. Comment: I choose myself.